Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to part 5 of the best maps of 2018 with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very, very welcome. Now, if you've been watching all this week, you'll know the next part. The next part is me saying if this is the first one you've seen this week, please go back and check out the first 3 or 4 minutes of episode 1, which carries a big disclaimer and all my reasons for thinking, so you don't ask loads of silly questions in the comments at the end of this episode that have already been answered. So you've been warned, you've been told, and we'll crack on and do today's show then. Right, we're going to start off with the understudy map, the one that very nearly made the final 6 and could have done on another day. So difficult to choose just 6, you know. It was on the shortlist, and it's, well, it's the return of Scotland Tom. It's Flat Rock Valley. I tell you what, it's almost like he'd never been away. Scotland Tom was one of the big names back when the game was launched. Whenever a map was released by Scotland Tom, it was like the map you had to get. They've had a little bit of a break from the game. Hey, we all do these things. We all drift. There's only a limited amount of time. We can only play a limited number of games. And then there's work and life commitments as well. This particular map, the return of, you can't really get the full glory of it from a top-down view like this, so I do recommend checking out the review. The link is down there in the description. It isn't vanilla, but it has a very basic vanilla kind of feel to it, while being also very beautiful and very believable at the same time. It's a real nice balance, actually. Those ridges about 2/3 of the way down the map, just underneath the river there, they are a true marvel to behold. Really great piece of work there. So, Scotland Tom, so close once again to being in the final 6, but I've only got room for 6. And how do you justify it when you've got so many others? This was actually voted by you guys as the best map of November. So what do I know? What do I know? Hey? Anyway, it's nearly there, but not quite there for me. It's Flat Rock Valley by Scotland Tom, and we'll crack on and have a look at the one that has made my final 6 right now. Well, there have been in 2018 only 2 maps that have achieved the full all-star total of 15 stars. 5 for aesthetics, 5 for detail, and 5 for gameplay potential. This map is one of those 2. Now, you may ask, why aren't both in the best 6 of 2018? And I'd refer you back to episode 1, where you can't have 2 maps from the same creator. So, as they were both by the same creator, only this one has made the final 6. The creator is, of course, ZOSO, and this map is Orchestra. And I know a lot of you have already seen this one and already played this one, but if you haven't, you are missing a real treat. It's the full package. It has all that playability. It's aesthetically absolutely stunning. I can't find a fault with the detailing, not a single fault with the detailing, and you know me, I'll pick up on the minorest, I'm going with that, it's a real word as of now, that the smallest of detailing errors I will make a thing of if I can reduce the 5th star down to a 4th. Detailing is the toughest one to get a maximum score on. I have the stats. Anyway, let's have a look down a little bit closer at Orchestra, and when you get down to this level, you can see how beautifully easy it's going to be to build on. We've got lots and lots of build plane. This is the middle of the map, and we have this huge it's not a peninsula because it's surrounded by rivers and whatever, but this area here, which is completely buildable. We do have some rough minor hills going on here, so you can actually do some interesting like multi-layer city. You know what I mean. I know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. And then as you go out of the city area, we do have some rural areas here, so some nice fields and such, and the detailing down here with first of all this roundabout. You go, ooh, that's really pretty. Yes, ZOSO can do pretty roundabouts. You think that's good? What about this? That is just The pièce de résistance, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the hedging at the bottom there. Who would have thought to do that? I would have, you know, if I was using hedging, I'd just do a circle. But not ZOSO. We're doing something just a little bit detailed, and we've got, see the way that it's working with the actual map grid, where you've got the straight lines there, and everything is just so well put together. I don't know if that's because getting the perfect circle was proving impossible, but if that was the case, then all I can say is ZOSO has been superbly creative in finding a way around it. Little things like this. Look at the river detailing there. As you're led up down this dirt track with these cypress trees, and then you've got this. Question is that a problem? Because this is a slatted road, I'm going to let those go because I feel that they could probably grow through the cracks in those slats. If it was tarmac, it would be more of a problem, but I think that looks fairly real. Okay, yeah, getting really close, you can see it's not. But from that sort of distance, you'd buy into that, wouldn't you? I certainly would, anyway. What else have we got going on with this map? Once again, loads of interesting, detailed roundabouts going on. Interesting little dirt track bridges over the highway. You don't see them very often from creators. And then down here we've got a rocky roundabout. The rivers are really interesting as well. They've all got flow. Of course they've got flow. This is ZOSO, and you can do all sorts of like little river settlements as well, small towns and villages. The whole thing just begs to be played on, and it's a beautiful map. Naturally, of course, I know there's a few people that don't like the Caledonia theme because of this rocky, ruined texture. I kind of quite like it. I chose it for Merrickstone. But of course, if you don't like it, then you can either switch the entire theme or use the theme mixer just to switch out one or two items that you're not particularly keen on with something that you prefer. I certainly don't think that I certainly do think that if you don't like this kind of rocky texture, it's a reason for avoiding the map. It's actually not. The map is absolutely glorious. So we have all of these build areas with the rivers to break up the little communities. Like this area here could be like a rural area, and then we've got these islands out here as well. So if you wanted to run ferry services, seems like a perfectly reasonable place to put ferry services. And as you can see, we have the essential lighthouse. You don't get a 5th star without an essential lighthouse, you know. Actually, that's a lie. That is a lie. You can very easily. And down here again, simple, basic but effective detailing to make those lighthouses. Without these rocks and these plants, that would just look a bit dumb and a bit dismal. Just a little bit, not overplayed, very subtle. And look, we've got another one down here, and another essential lighthouse out in the fog. I'm not so worried about that if it's out in the fog. And that's it, really. I don't really know what more to say. It's an absolutely glorious, beautiful map. Where should we finish? Shall we finish with that lady? There she is. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I've got a sword. I'm waving it in the air because I am one of the best 5 maps of 2018 according to BonBonB. Join me tomorrow for the map of the year. Now, forewarned, while I feel it's the map of the year because it grabbed me, the minute I saw it, I just went, whoa. You know, that jaw-dropping moment. That moment where you just think, how? Is this the same game that everybody else is playing? Because where did this come from? And it really was a question of where the hell did this come from? It came from nowhere. It was pretty much unannounced. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't know a thing about it until I loaded it up and just went, whoa. It doesn't have the playability of Orchestra or of the map on Thursday. I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you've not seen it, go back and check it out. Thursday's map was just like the playable map, the vanilla playable map. This is the playable map with all the bells and whistles, looking totally stunning. Tomorrow, we've got all the bells and whistles, and if you've not seen it, you are in for a real treat. Join me tomorrow for the map of the year. Thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Don't forget to give me a little like if you haven't already got around to doing so, and I'll see you very, very soon.